This upcoming Splatfest is a pretty strong one with a great question and well-chosen options. Which instrument would you play necessarily has no correct answers, because if everyone played the same instrument, there wouldn't be a band. In fact, back at the age when school music classes were opening up as an option, your 5th grade band teacher probably stacked the deck on purpose to make sure that people weren't playing 7 of the same instruments, and that instead, a few players picked up something else to diversify the band's instrumentation. The 3 instruments are both staples of contemporary music instrumentation that will never have trouble finding bandmates and gigs, and also some of the most versatile instruments, played across a massive spectrum of different genres and musical traditions. But we've all heard the Splatoon soundtrack. We know these devs know music. One of the major challenges in calling this Splatfest is that there have been significant changes made to Splatfest scoring, so we don't have much of a precedent to refer back to. In the past, every category was winner take all. But now, in every category that's scored, sneak peek, votes, open, pro, and tricolor, second place is going to get half the points that first place gets. The weight of sneak peek and votes has also been changed, where sneak peek is now more important than either of them used to be, and the votes are now less important than sneak peek when they used to be worth more. With the popularity vote being less important than it's ever been in any Splatfest system, as far as my research has found, any prediction for one team over another needs to go beyond predicting which teams more players will choose, and either correlate popularity to likelihood to win, or just ignore popularity altogether and try to establish a pattern of player skill based on their decision to choose one instrument over another. I'm skeptical that any such patterns would be statistically significant, since I think any prediction would be an act of guesswork. I will now transition from trying to make any kind of reasoned case for one instrument over another to making up some fortune teller style nonsense about each instrument. You know, which one you have a deep spiritual compatibility for, which one cries across the astral planes to be played by your hands, or something stupid like that, because it'll be funny for me. If you choose team drums, you're in touch with an ancient, primal side of yourself. The heart was truly the first drum, and you live for the moments in life where your drum is beating quickly and action is at hand. You also practice almost obsessively for a level of precision in all that you do, striving to do everything better, then faster, then better still, then even faster, until your skill is really technically impressive. Even while this simple mastery is important to you, you're also a little more detached, a little bit more pragmatic, because while you can do amazing things on one drum, you have a whole collection of different drums and other instruments, all of which have their own nuances that you may be called on to play at any moment, on any 16th note, at the same time that your limbs are doing 3 different things and nail the timing of it anyway. You're more likely to hear the flaws and nuances of what the rest of your bandmates are playing because your split focus between your different instruments allows you to hear how they're playing their instruments too, and you're always keeping everyone around you on time and in check, even if just in subtle ways. Your lucky numbers are contained within the infinite set of numbers between 7.02 and 7.03. And in your dating life, you should prefer Aries, Taurus, Geminis, Cancers, Leos, Virgos, Libras, Scorpios, Sagittariuses, Capricorns, Aquariuses, or Pisces over anyone else for the sake of compatibility. A guitarist, on the other hand, is very singularly focused on a virtuosic performance, living for the moment when all eyes are on you, and the earth itself stands still waiting on your next note. Whether it be a mellow acoustic ballad or a rock anthem, your instrument is the melodic lead, as is your soul. You have so many tricks up your sleeves, so many techniques, so many ideas, and you have a deep human need to share all of them in fantastic new combinations at every turn. You're the life of every party, or at least even if you're not, you're able to get everyone to reluctantly give you attention for a few minutes while you try to play Wonderwall. Your lucky numbers are 420, 8008, as well as every integer between 68 and 70. In dating, you should either date no one at all, or date no fewer than 7 people at the same time. With everyone's full knowledge, of course. Except maybe that one who wouldn't take it very well. That one's up to you. As a keyboardist, you're one of the less visible members of the band, having a less dynamic posture while playing than the flailing drummer or the guitarist carrying their instrument around on stage. As such, you tend to be a more sensitive, cerebral type, who isn't opposed to fading into the background, not because you have nothing to say, but because what you're doing, what you're saying, is so cool, so unique, that you're happy even just to entertain yourself. While the keyboard removes some of the analog human performance aspects of something like a grand piano, what it achieves in exchange is the ability to perform literally any timbre imaginable. Keyboardists like you mix and match, pick and choose, take what they see that they like and transform it into something new, uniting them under a single personal aesthetic, a talent that shines through the disparate elements like light through stained glass. When your solo comes on, the audience is going to hear something different than they've ever heard before, even though, unlike the other players, every sound you make is synthesized. You don't have any lucky numbers, but you do have lucky colors, and the lucky colors are all of them. You'll spend your time married to your work, and should thus seek out someone else who is also deeply involved in furthering their craft. Someone who you think looks kinda cute, maybe. If none of these descriptions describe you personally, get at the very root of who you are, then you're wrong, and you should think harder about it and rationalize more to resolve the cognitive dissonance. Repeat after me. There is no such thing as a trombone player. There is no such thing as a trombone player. There is no such thing as a trombone player. There is no such thing as a trombone. Your instrument is the melodic lead, as is your soul. You have so many tricks up your